Okay, maybe that white button is the pause button. Oh, there it is. There is actually a pause button on this grate. I'd just never gone looking for it. Anyway, I wanted to start this garden video, the actual first garden video that I'm recording. I wanted to start it from the far back of the yard and then work forward from that. And the actual back extent of my yard, way back here. I mean, technically, it's really not true. Because if you follow this banking, that's the property line, and it's like a piece of pie. So in actuality, my yard goes right through. If you draw that line, it goes right through this area and on out there quite a distance until it meets a dirt road way over there in the past the trees. You can't really see it. It's a distance away. It's about 1.2 acres. So this is the tree my ham radio is hooked up in right now. That's the rope that holds it up. And so anywho, this is the apple tree. And it's got a lot of apples growing on it right now. Looks good. I hope they don't get disrupted. Look, it's a bunch of different, we got a good bloom this year, and I knew they set. So now it becomes a matter of whether critters are gonna come and spoil the party. We might have a good apple year with a little bit of luck. I see lots and lots and lots of apples there forming. Okay, this is the part that I've talked about before. This is the big patch of grass that used to be garden, and I have planted clover and grass seed in here, and I'm waiting to see either come up, and I think one is. Judy said, well, I can see something coming up now, and I see it the most coming in over here. I think that's all clover. If you look out over there, you'll see there's more of it. It's not absolutely everywhere, but there's a good amount of it. I don't see any grass that wasn't already pre-existing, old grass that was in the area. So we'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens. I'm very optimistic. Grapevines just beginning to make grapes. My composter over here, I just filled it, and with some sand, well, actually dirt from the garden, loam and dirt, and it'll get enriched. Now Judy can start throwing in all the vegetables. I put in some brown matter. What did I use? I use pellet for pellet stove for the brown matter. It'll work. Leaves are also a thing you can use. I didn't save any from last year, and I should. This year I'll do it. I'll save some leaves in order to use in the composter, because in the spring you don't have any. But I know where I could find some very easily. But that's something I can also use to get the composter going. I did use the composter, and I used 2 bags of compost, and it still wasn't enough. Judy has got herself made a new flower box tacked onto the shed here. So she's going to be having fun with this. The only thing is, we're going to have to dismount this when I go to paint, because otherwise the paint will get all over this thing. So hopefully that's going to be easy to do. It looks like he put a different kind. Yeah, he did. It's going to be a bit of a chore, because these are not normal screws, but they do the job well. And I'm going to have to dismount that and stick that somewhere else when I go to painting this side of the shed, or staining it rather. And this is the most important side. It's the part that gets the most beating from rain and such, other than the horizontal surfaces. Top of the shed still looking great. I gotta look in back and make sure it's also without greenery, but I gotta spray it again this year, as I do every year, with some half water and half Clorox. Anyway, bleach, yes, half bleach. So, oh, I should have started back where I was. I'm gonna go back, because I meant to walk straight forward, and I got distracted. So this is the old garden, or half of it, because that's all there is left here. And I don't feel like I even need the half of it. I still have a lot of pots to put stuff in. We'll see what we put in it. But I've planted seeds, and I've planted the plantlets at this point. And I thought that would be a good place to start videos. So this is Swiss chard, and it's coming up. This is the cucumbers, and I don't see too many signs of anything coming up there. Yellow squash, same thing. It might be a while. Trombosini, same thing. More Swiss chard. Well, I thought, but it doesn't seem like this one's coming up. I may plant some more if it doesn't. These are the plantlets for cherries. Tomatoes. What kind of tomatoes? Better Boy Plus. There's one of those. I planted most of them out there. Cucumbers. That's a cabbage and another tomato. Nothing in there yet. I'm going to plant a second crop of beans in there, bush beans. I do have some pole beans I'm going to experiment this year with. So these are the things I got from the nursery. Cucumbers, tomato, pepper, tomato, cabbage, pepper, squash, and what else? Going up down the rows. I think you can spot all the things here. Zucchini, squash, nothing. Tomatoes, cabbage, cucumbers, nothing. And over there, you will see 2 buckets that have pole beans in them. And here you'll see one of the new additions, which is an arch for the pole beans to try to grow up. And it's in the middle of the garden instead of in the edges where the pole beans I tried to grow in the past, growing on the fence, always got eaten by things. So they'll have to come in here to eat them. They may, but in any case, that's what we got. And they're up in the bucket here too, and I might put a cage over that. As you can see, there's piles of grass clippings. I put a lot of grass clippings already in here. And you see I'm putting it here so that every year I have so much stuff to pull weeds out of. There's not going to be much this year because I'm just going to throw more and more of these clippings right on top of anything that grows. I found that to be one of the easiest ways that I ever had of gardening in here. Unfortunately, I can't put them right around the fence here because it swings, but wherever it doesn't swing, I can throw more and more of these clippings to keep down growth and have to do less and less weeding of any kind. So these troughs here I haven't planted yet. There's one there, there's some more down there. I'm going to take at least a couple of them. I'm going to plant morning glories, and I don't know what I'm going to grow them up yet. I'm thinking probably it's going to end up being over there in the house. I just got to figure out how to support it. But I'm going to have to make some kind of a netting for the morning glories to grow up, and I'm going to have to put the morning glories up in the air a bit somehow. So I want the troughs to be way off the ground where the bunny rabbits can't get up to them, so that they'll be protected, and then we'll just let them grow back and forth on a mesh or something. I'll have to construct something, but that's what I'm planning on. So this is all things in my hopeful mode here, but days will come. We do have some caging material we can put on things here yet as they're needed. Oh, we got a dragonfly flitting around here. This came from the shelter, that one down there. That was part of a cage outfit at the shelter. And then we can see we've got all these wire ones that will go around and over things. I want to make a big one from my hibiscus. And out front, I want to make one of those and put them around the hibiscus in the front. So now we'll go over to Garden Rev 2. Oh, and as I do, first I want to say, well, I've probably shown this before, but these trees are in particular the problems with sunlight getting in here. I want to cut branches, like right here you can really see it hanging over the garden. So if I got a tree place in here, I would have them cut off all these overhanging branches on this side. And I wouldn't bother going any further down, just those that affect the garden. And I take a real careful look to see which ones they are, and probably would cost me $1,000 or $2, but something I can consider. I'm doing the same mulch thing on the garden ground in here, even more so. As you can see, some is needed right in here. But as you can see, I'm well underway in here and putting down. So there's going to be more as I mow the lawn more times. There's going to be more that's going to go down here and kill off the grass and make it easier so I don't have to keep pulling weeds up all around. And I'm going to put straw in each and one of the buckets, including the ones we just saw and all of these, which have similar things in them. Tomatoes, Swiss chard, all the same things you just saw. And apparently these cukes that I planted have already come up. So they're actually, that's the difference between here and there as far as things coming up. This just has more sun and more everything, so it's a better garden. This is supposed to be a dragon, what is it? Dragon tongue beans. They are bush beans. We'll see if they, I see something. It looks like something has been digging things up in here, but I don't see a lot of signs of digging, so I'm not sure. Oh, and I can actually see one of the beans crowning right there, coming up. Oh, a couple. There's a couple more. So with any luck, we're going to have some of those. Those are big, wide, really big yielding beans. We'll see them later. So more tomatoes, more cabbage, squash, all those things. Just put into all these pots around me here so that you can see what's going on here. And that's, oh, and Japanese wonder plants. I've got two pots of those in here. This one here, and this one over here. And oh, looks like one sprouted already. See it? But those grew great last year in the pots, especially down in this neck of the woods where I grew them. I planted last year's, which were, I dug them out as tubers, all in here, and I put the cages over because I know that animals dig them up. So we'll see if they come up. Hopefully they do. I know that the big one I have always comes up. But anyway, you can see they got those going. It's the whole garden area. It's not looking bad. I haven't put the mulch down yet. And as you can see, I need to pull out some of this reed grass to make a smaller circle to make things look, you know, more distinct. And I got to do some edging to make this all look pretty the way it can look. Anyway, that's what's going on. Irises, oh, they're looking nice. Irises do look nice. But, and here there's an iris growing up through oh, what the heck is it? Anyway, they're beautiful flowers. They get really big. My ability to remember names is slowing down. It's not dementia. It's age-related. Well, there's another word going. I'm not doing good with words today, I guess. But it's age-related, and a lot of these are big words. Sometimes they come to me late in a second. So this is getting eaten by deer. I can see lots of that. If you look down here, you'll see lots of them nubbed off. I'm glad they're feeding on this and not other things, you know. Peonies, that's what they are. There's another one right here. I tied them up because they'll droop way down. Those are going to be blooming in a week or two. And lots of other stuff here too, as we have every year. This one I always remember, tickweed, because of the word tick. These hydrangeas, not hydrangeas, these are rhododendrons. There's one in front, one here. This one needs to be trimmed. I got to trim all the bottom on it and get it up above the general line here. So I'm going to be trimming a lot of those bottom branches out so it'll look prettier. But I'm going to let it bloom, and then I'll do the trimming. Probably should have done it like late last year or something. I do not spend a lot of time learning gardening. I'll be honest with you, I am no pro. I'm just active in it. Tying being what it is. It's got lichen growing on it, but it seems to be healthy. But I will tell you, this last winter was really a beast on these hydrangeas, this one and the other one. The other one far worse than this one. The other one's been dying for a while. I think I already featured that in the last video. So I'm not gonna go out there because there's no real need to. Then we're planting grass here because the truck that came in, it drove here, as you can see, it drove out there as well, and just took out the grass. So trying to plant more grass, and it's not clover in here, it's just grass seed. So with any luck, that'll sprout. I haven't seen any sign of it sprouting yet. It's amazing. I have the lousiest luck with growing grass, I'll tell you that. I really do. I struggle to grow grass, and I'm not sure why that is, but I do. I don't honestly care if it's grass, because I just care it's green. This yard has tons of weeds in it. I'm not doing a thing about it. So nobody would accuse me of being one of these garden beautiful people. like I say, I'm just active in it. This is where the hibiscus will come up. It's already coming up, if it doesn't get all eaten by deer. I gotta protect it. This is what the other rhododendron will look like, partially, except a great deal of this is dead. I have to test it and cut it off, and actually thinking about the idea that I might eliminate the bush entirely. I've also got a couple of, if you'll see here, those are milkweeds for caterpillars, for monarch butterflies. And I haven't seen a lot of activity in the couple of years I've had them here. I pull all except a couple stalks, and that way at least somebody can be fed. But it does try to replant itself. Like here's one coming up right here. Yeah, I only need 2. So, all right, I think that's a good place to stop, because there's not much else to do. I'll show you another project though that I'm going to be doing here. Lots of little projects all along this hedge of things here. I'm going to be cutting lower limbs. So you see that one hanging out, it's got to go. Those have got to go. And then down here, you can see it looks horrible. So I'm going to be cutting all these lower deadish parts of the tree out. Yeah, it's a little less of a hedge, but you know what? I'm fine with that. I'm fine with being able to see our neighbors, because we get along very well. So I think I'm going to end up cutting a lot of these things out. Just got to figure out where. And she's already done it on the other side. If you look on the other side, you look through here, her side has been cut out. It's been cut out a lot, more than I'm even thinking of doing. She said that so she can get up in there, but I think we can do it. And it is on the property, so certainly legally I can do it. But we try to get along, so I'm going to tell her my plans, and then I will be executing them. And then there's this thing here, which is way too much work. Every year I've put mulch on it and tried to keep it weeded. It's totally beyond me at this point. I don't know what I could do except spray, something to kill everything. So it looks like I'm just letting whatever wants to grow and keep the hill from eroding downwards, and keep it in place and let it be at that. I don't know what it'll take over. The reed grass does great here, and the what is it? There's several things that are growing like crazy here, but down here not so much. We could use more things taking over this area, and just let it grow, let it be green. I'm not going to do a lot of work. I don't have the back for doing a lot of work anymore. Down here, we're mostly just mowing it and raking it and keeping the debris out, because it's a place I can go and just sit, that's out in the woods. That's the coolest place in the yard. I call it the relaxation area. It's still on our property. And in fact, I could go back behind here a bit of a distance. You can see, just barely see, the road that is the dividing line where the property ends. And so it would go down essentially almost with that path, but a little further over. It would go down, and then it would just go right out here across that slightly marshy area, back up again, and when you come up, it's the property line. I think you can almost see the marshy area, and then it comes up, and then there's where the road is back and forth. And that property line, where it meets the other one that I showed you earlier, when I first started, and I was at the back of the yard, that piece of pie there, this is the thing that meets the edge of that piece of pie. And the other line is straight, the one I just showed you, down the driveway and out to the road, and marks off the extents of the property. So there's a good amount of stuff here. Lots and lots of oriental bittersweet growing everywhere. You can't stop it. The birds eat the red berries and poop it out, and more grows. So if you look here, you should see right growing out of the top here, that's all bittersweet. It's an invasive, extremely invasive, and Judy used to go nuts trying to pull it all out, but you can hardly do that. And she was trying to keep it from growing up trees because it'll kill the trees off. Yep, it gave her purpose in life, but if your purpose in life is wiping that out, good luck. I think this is where it's going to end. You've seen a good extent of the property. This is where the kids and Judy love to romp around, just down below the property, because the property is up there. We're down below it and out in the woods. I don't want to go out there because it's just infested with ticks all the way down and around through here. If you want to get Lyme disease, it's a great place to go. Nope, not hanging out over in that area. No thanks. So in the winter maybe, when it's down below 40 degrees, when they're dormant. But nope, not now. This is the worst time. From about April all the way through maybe mid-July to August. I avoid going out. All right, catch you later for the next one.